Okay, we back. Let's do a quick recap with the Tlevels. If you haven't got access to Tlevels, go to the link in the description and sign up. You can also get a free trial at tlevels.io. Big fan of these. Make my life a lot easier using them. But how do they perform today? What kind of trades could you have gotten if you knew what you're looking for the most part? So off the bat, this was Friday, how we closed. If you watched my last video, I thought we closed a little bit stronger than people thought. We were at extreme exhaustion levels. I was expecting more of a bounce. We did get the bounce. As you see, the moving average kind of like, clustered up, and squeezed together. I was long here, and the reason I got out here, this is where we open. The reason I got out is because of this. I'm going to show you some stuff that I look for here, and it's this right here. You see how the sell volume basically comes into the gray zone and sort of reaches, it sort of just gets, basically the sellers are just gone. What always, my observation, what always seems to happen here is when the sellers dry up, essentially you're in a situation where you're just all buyers. And that's usually the turning point, right? When you got all buyers, especially right into a cash open, and you're all buyer, I mean, you got a severe imbalance there. So buyers eventually become sellers, right? And if you're all buyer, then somebody has to start selling. I mean, it's just the way it is. Somebody's got to start hitting the bid and selling, and that's exactly what happened. So there just was not enough interest to the upside. Market needed to go lower to find liquidity, to find more buyers. And so that's what ended up happening. So I got out of a position here and I missed most of this move since I'd already played it long. I wasn't really interested in trying to play both sides here, but you definitely could have here. You got a little bit of a sell signal here. You got the break in the line of the sand. And then you got to move down into, some of the targets below this gray zone here. So pretty nice. But you also had a play off of those levels back to the line in the sand. So really nice. This was kind of a harder play to make. You sort of had to have some, either you had to have some guts or you had to have some knowledge about what was happening in the SPX, which is we basically just come down into a put wall, probably a put wall cluster if you look at multiple expiries, and that basically just shot us back up, and you had a big squeeze there, but that didn't last. It kind of fizzled out again, and so right now we're just kind of sitting here. This is essentially, I mean, you can go long or short here, but according to the Tlevels system, you would want to be long here, given that you've got the moving average green. It's pointing down, but it is above this line in the sand, so you've got some support there. But you do have sellers still present, and so you'd probably want to wait till these buyers show up in order to get long, to have a nice safe long, and then you could start targeting those upper levels here. Target the gray box high, target 1, 2. Pretty safe trade there on the downside. You'd be looking for this 3602 to break, which happens to coincide with yesterday's low, prior day low, and then you could target some of the lower levels. My own personal opinion, I don't think we're going anywhere close to going past this target 2, at least until the minutes come out and maybe CPI. So I would be very careful, wary, try to play outside moves. You can kind of see. We're still trying to trading in this little chop zone here between target 1s. They didn't even reach target 2 to the downside. We had a little bit of a sell here, trying to break that line in the sand, instantly bought up. This is going to be a sign of Vanna and Charm starting to show up when you see these V shapes here. This is something I've been talking about for a few weeks. This week, this is when this starts. You see the V-shape recovery, another V-shape recovery. So you almost have sort of like an interesting little cup and handle here, or what you call a volatility contraction pattern. If you ever study Mark Minervini, usually it ends up leading to the upside. I would like to see some more upside into the FOMC minutes. Unfortunately, I think we're probably going to come down tomorrow, and that's where you get your buy into the minutes, which is going to be crazy. But I think you're going to get your buy somewhere around this area for tomorrow. around open, something like that. So that's my plan. If you like this, make sure to hit like, make sure to comment and subscribe. I got 80% of you guys not even subscribed, and so yeah, if you want more videos, you got to subscribe, because if I don't see them subscribe numbers going up, I don't got much motivation. So make sure to hit subscribe, and I will be doing way more videos and more content. Peace.